Hello and welcome again to Let's Play Shadows of Om. This is Policy of Madness. Last time, we did a bunch of things.
Nothing to it.
And I was talking about logic. Let's go do this thing first.
Plant a blade in your innards, I will.
Or maybe not.
Plant a blade in your innards, I will. Plant a blade in your innards, I
Did that
will. Plant a blade in your innards, I will. Care to dance?
So just in case this has not been hammered in thoroughly enough, these are obviously werewolves. These are just the ordinary kind, I believe. Yeah. Not very dangerous.
Incursus Imperium. Incursus Imperium.
So the thing about logic came up because I was in a discussion on a message board on a blog, like I often am. And this dude accused me of being irrational. Like, you know, like, what? And he said that he is completely rational because he's a dude. And everybody knows that men are completely logical. And I laughed. I laughed. I actually laughed. So you can't target them when they're underground, but apparently if you've already targeted them, it's okay. That's good to know. Do I even want to mess with these? No, I really don't. I'll let something else deal with them.
Vita Mortis.
Let something else do my killing for me.
Nature knows much of you.
Her reaction here is different if your charisma is what our charisma normally is.
The trees speak of your presence.
Linnea being this deer. I'm not sure I want to speculate on how a deer is going to plant seeds. I suspect that the digestive tract will be involved. You all done? Go on. Alright. Criminy. Alright.
Whatever you
So I laughed. I laughed when this guy said this. And he didn't appreciate that. But here's the reason I laughed. Because saying that
I'm waiting.
he's logical because he's a man and men are logical is actually an invalid syllogism. It's invalid logic. It is actually a syllogism.
Yes.
Your
Tell
premises
me if you
are
say so.
all men are logical beings. All... what is this? Gibberlings. We'll have our skeleton warrior take care of these.
Of course.
All men are logical beings. All persons identical to me are men. And therefore all persons identical to me are logical beings. Grammar kind of falls apart when you're speaking in syllogistic format. Proper logical grammar and proper English grammar are not the same. So that's our syllogism. But, and you can't really argue with the conclusion. The conclusion is guaranteed to be true if the premises are true.
I'm waiting. If that's what you want. Tell me all about it. Whatever you
I think the
decide.
mutated gibberlings are supposed to be some kind of super special, dangerous gibberling, but I've never noticed that. It's really easy to tell the difference between a diseased gibberling and a regular gibberling in the first game, but not so easy to tell the difference between a...
Is that
didn't
all?
mean invisible. Not so easy to tell the difference between a regular gibberling and the mutate kind, because they all die in just one hit. Jesus Christ. That's why I have minions to take care of that shit for me. So that's the syllogism, okay? And you can't really argue with the conclusion, but you definitely can argue with the premises, because your major premise, which is that all men are logical beings, is that really true? If you're going to try to assert that that is true, what you're saying is that you, assuming that you are a male person, are a logical being, and somewhere out there is a dude who believes the diametric opposite of you that you do, and that person is also equally a logical being. And that's what you're saying, because all men are logical beings.
Yes. Tell me all about it. Nothing to it.
You're saying that atheists are logical beings? That Christians are equally logical, that Hindus are equally logical, Buddhists are equally logical, you know. All of these modes of thought are all equally logical because men adhere to all of them.
I'm waiting. Yes. Whatever you want.
You're saying that in the Civil War, the slaveholders were behaving in a totally logical fashion, and the abolitionists were also behaving in a totally logical
Tell me,
fashion,
I'll
even
just
though these two
ask.
groups were completely opposed to one another. I mean, that's what you're saying. You're saying mass murderers are logical. You're saying that people with severe mental illness who are out of touch with reality are totally logical. Because once we find even one man, once we say, okay, men in general are logical, but Stalin was kind of irrational. Once we have found even one man who is not a logical being, then that major premise is destroyed. You can then go on to say, well, most men are logical. That's actually not something that I need to address. Because
I'm waiting.
there's only there's categorically 4 possible we're just gonna get rid of the skeleton warrior here.
Yes.
There's 4
What would you
possible
like?
options for when you have a categorical proposition to make.
Nothing to it.
Resi Alia.
What is he casting? Don't know. Let's see if we can cut it off. I'm actually gonna try to kill Dig-Dag right here. So I'm not doing it.
Forward march! Forward march!
I wonder how that's going to affect what we do down below. Guess we'll find out. Is he still going to be there? That'll be pretty cool. I've tried to do that numerous times, but I've never succeeded before.
Tell me all about whatever you want.
The four categorical possibilities are all A or B,
Forward march!
I'm waiting.
or no A or B. No A or, no, all men are logical beings, no men are logical beings.
Forward march!
If you say so.
And those are two of your possibilities. And then you also have some men are logical beings, and some men are not logical beings. You might actually think that both of those last two, kind of are required. If you have one, then you have the other. Because if some men are logical beings, then that means that some aren't, right? Actually, no, it doesn't mean that. I think this Rakshasa can see us. Yeah.
Tell me. Of course.
Now it's gonna like cast Deathball or something. Oh, that's right, it's immunity spells. That's okay, we got this.
Vita!
Alright.
I'm waiting.
Incur. Incur.
Yes. Tell me all about it. If that's what you want.
If we say that some men are logical beings, some just means more than zero, to be honest. Man, are you kidding me?
Vita!
Just frickin' orcs.
Yes. Tell me, is that all? Nothing to it.
You may think that some means not all. Some is used when we can't verify that all is true, but it doesn't mean that all is definitely not true. So the fact that some men are logical beings does not actually require some men to not be logical beings.
Tell me all about it. Whatever you want.
Should be like a crimson death or something here. I guess not. Okay. Alright. This is gonna be like super easy.
Just ask.
All we need to do is find this hidden doorway. There we go.
Incorrect.
Alright. So now this amazing sauce ambush that was supposed to be so dangerous to us is actually nothing to it. What else we got? Shit. Can you reach me? Nope.
Oh, he was. Oh, he was fast. Oh, you whiny bastard. You wouldn't hurt a lady, would you?
Now, obviously, that's incredibly cheesy,
You what?
and we're doing it again. So, once you have eliminated all manner logical beings from the realm of the possibilities, it's impossible for that to be true, because we have found at least one man who is not logical. Then you're down to some men are logical beings. Okay, so now your syllogism is some men are logical beings, all persons identical to me are men, therefore I am a logical being. No, that syllogism is no longer valid. The barber of syllogism is a valid syllogism, but once you change the major premise from a type 1 or a type A premise to a type I premise, which is some men are logical beings. It's A. Yeah, it's I. Then your premise, your syllogism is no longer logical. It commits what's called the fallacy of the undistributed middle.
You what?
Your middle term, your major term is logical beings, and your minor term is all persons identical to me. Your minor term is the subject of your conclusion, and the major term is the predicate of your conclusion. Your middle term is the term that links them, which is men, and you're at no point saying anything about all men. You're not saying that all men are logical beings, you're actually just saying some men are logical beings.
Did that.
So you're talking about a subset of men, which is unidentified. And you're saying all persons identical to me are men. Well, again, you're not talking about all men. You're just talking about men who are identical to me. You're not at any point talking about all men. You're depending on your middle term to link your minor premise to your minor term to your major term. Your middle term links these two terms to each other. And the chain created by the middle term it's not there if you can't say something about all members of the group represented by the middle term. If you can't say something about all men, then you could draw a circle, okay? This circle represents the universe of everyone who is a man. Okay, over here now. The circle represents the universe of everyone who is a man. Or let's say it's this room. All men are in this room, okay? Some of them are logical beings. We know it's not 100% because we've found, Stalin over here who has behaved in a non-logical way. Or Chairman Mao who decided that you could increase your crop yields. You could double your crop yields by just planting your plants closer together. There's nothing logical there. So we have those two over here, and here's the intersection. You have, okay, we'll start with circles. Let's keep with circles. You have a circle of all men, and you have a circle of all logical beings, and they intersect, and you have some men who are also logical beings, but you also have these other men over here about whom we have said nothing. There could be logical beings in that group. There don't have to be. So much for them.
I'm waiting.
Alright.
What would you like?
How did that happen?
Yes.
We're gonna Finger of Death him and see if this works.
Vita Mortis Cario.
We have a universe of all persons who are men. Somewhere in this universe there's a group of logical beings, and somewhere in this universe is you. Those two subsections don't actually have to intersect. They might, but they don't have to.
Vita Mortis Cario. Vita Mortis Cario.
Oh, look at that. Let's take it. 6 million. Now we're down to the crap.
Tell me all about it.
Jesus.
Whatever you want.
So this will tell us about what's ahead. Genies from Tomb, Wolfmen from West Dungeon. If only I could avoid the air monster in the well. We don't really care about that.
I'm waiting. Yes. If you say so.
Didn't want to do that, but did it anyway.
This should be fun. Tell me all about it. Of course.
So I got a whole 14 XP for that.
I'm waiting.
Oh, he's moving so slow. In the universe of men, there are,
Yes.
you know, men who are logical beings. Because we know that there are at least some men, because we've stated that in our premise. And there's also you. And these two groups need, within this universe of men, need not overlap, because we actually have not said anything about all men.
Tell me if that's what you want. I'm waiting, whatever you desire.
I think they're subject to death. I bet they're not. Wow. I guess I would have lost that bet. So, if you are trying to prove how logical you are,
Yes.
and your means of
Tell
doing
me all
so
about
is
it.
a
Is that all?
syllogism that's not valid, it should go without saying that you haven't succeeded. Okay. I'm gonna need... I think I can do it.
I'm waiting. Nothing to it. Yes. Tell me all about it.
I need everybody to get into one group. I'll bet she's gonna turn into a bat. Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh well. That's trapped.
Just ask. I'm waiting.
I think it's time to rest. Alright. So, you know, this guy was trying to prove how logical he was by using an invalid logical construction. So, you know, obviously, he did not succeed. This may actually have single death on it. I actually can't remember. Let's find out.
Manus potentes ha!
One finger death. Oh shit. Okay, wow. Never encountered that before. A greater wraith. Only one. I don't know what makes me think this is a chapel. I mean, there's nothing in here to say that it wasn't somebody's bedroom, but okay.
As always, the pleasure
At least she's upfront about it. Yeah. Whoops. Bam. Where's the... Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, hold on, chap. So here we can learn about this dude. I don't actually care much. Or at all. Oh, here we are already. Okay.
Incorrect.
You go have it out with my,
Yes.
Come with me, magic
Tell
sword.
me all about it. What would you like?
Shit. Which of these? Well, I know this one is.
I'm waiting. Nothing to it.
Incorrect.
Oh, here's one.
Yes. Tell me all about it. Whatever you want.
These are all trying to give us clues. Totally fair.
Incorrect.
I'm waiting. Yes, of course.
voce.
Tell me all about it. If that's what you want. I'm waiting. Whatever you desire. Yes. Is that all?
Io voce.
Nothing to it.
Got 6 pieces. No, only 5 pieces so far.
Whatever you want.
Not sure what a fell ghast is, how it's different from a regular ghast. Oh shit. This is actually working out pretty well because I'd really like him to use his ice storm somewhere other than where he is. Because he so often kills himself on accident. Or if he has any more ice storms up his sleeve. Does he actually have an infinite number of these?
Potentes ha! Manus potentes ha! Manus potentes ha!
Alright. Okay. Thought he had a piece with him. I guess he didn't. Alright, so... where's the last piece? Must be in here. Yeah.
Yes. What would you like?
What shall...
Alright. Now I gotta put the mask on. And now this fire elemental will become visible.
Tell me all about it.
How much magic I have? Oh, plenty of magic. Okay.
I'm waiting. Whatever you want.
Okay. How did I get injured? Let's be no longer injured before we do anything else.
Veritas, credo, oculos.
As always, the pleasure is mine.
Alright. Now we're all locked in here together. And you are doomed. Bet just a couple of dragon's breaths will do it.
You die! You die!
Whoops. Oh, there were 6 of them. Oh well.
If you say so.
Logic is a little bit like grammar. If you're going to be a grammar Nazi and criticize other people's grammar, your own grammar had better be fucking pristine. You better have no faults in your own grammar if you're going to be criticizing someone else's. And similarly, if you're going to call me illogical, you need to not be using invalid logic to show how logical that you are. I mean, don't call me illogical and then use this invalid syllogism to prove that, you know, you're super logical. It's not actually how this works. Okay. That's it for the tomb. Oops. Now, deductive logic is not the only kind of logic that exists. I don't have time to go into the other varieties right now, but I will. That'll be next time. Next time we're going to continue down into this dungeon. Hopefully we will be able to kill these greater wolf wares, which are kind of a pain in the ass. Do we have enough magic? Maybe. We'll find out. Anyway, that's what we'll be doing next time. We'll be going further down into Firecrag's little... whatever you call this place. Dungeon, labyrinth, whatever. And I'll talk a little bit more about logic. It's not just because this guy called me illogical and I thought it was hilarious. It's also important for what I've been talking about with regards to power, especially with regards to privilege. I'll show you later how those two things link up. But next time we'll just be talking more about logic. So join me then. Later.